How's that? This where you want me to sit?
Looks great.
Ready when you are. I've landed on Brushstrokes of History because it really describes more fittingly my journey as an artist, travelling through history. And so Brushstrokes of History really fell beautifully on what I was doing and me painting my own reactions to history. So painting the series had a profound impact on me because I started off in one direction, really out of interest of painting Australian history, the first probably 150 to 180 years of British occupation of Australia. Covers from Cook's first travels to Australia and his journey up the eastern seaboard. And then obviously the arrival of the First Fleet, that occupation of Australia by Europeans and the impact on Indigenous Australia. So it's a fascinating story. Just narrowing down to 50 paintings was very difficult. There's just so many stories to tell. It was hard to just break it into 50. But then the more I got into it, the more I started to uncover and discover about things that I'd never known about, I hadn't been taught at school. And so that really pushed me into digging deep into the lesser known sides of our history. And that for me had a profound impact in that some of the stories are just so brutal and so confronting. I'm not even sure I could talk about them. The massacres and the way people were brutally murdered and forced off their land and just maltreated, that type of stuff was very impacting for me. I just couldn't believe that this could take place in our own backyard. Like, surely this didn't happen in Australia, surely. But it did.
I've been working with Dave for a very long time, and it was great to be a part of the whole creative process in his studio over the years. And now to see the completion of the Brushstrokes series is unbelievable. The book is a masterpiece, and David's interpretation of this period in Australian history will really open your eyes. It's confronting, unforgettable, and necessary. Each painting took around 100 hours to complete and articulate on canvas. The research that went into every story was so in-depth that it not only influenced the words on every page, but it totally reshaped David's whole perspective and transformed his life. And that is the impact this exhibition has on everyone who views it. That's the reason why we are seeking funding to produce a landmark documentary series that goes beyond the storytelling. It's a cultural preservation project that takes you beneath the canvas, unpacking the stories behind each painting, exposing the untold chapters of Australia's history. Each episode will focus on First Nations heroes. It will amplify their voices, confront the complex legacy of colonization, and challenge the narratives that have shaped our national identity for far too long. By supporting Brushstrokes of History, you're helping to rebuild our nation and create a powerful resource for education and reconciliation. One that will resonate with audiences and leave an enduring imprint on the future generations and ultimately influence how Australia remembers, understands, and grows.
Art and film are very powerful mediums, and I think that we can really bring people into this journey through the film and through the storytelling and the imagery. So I'd love to see a documentary made about this series and about being able to take your own journey through history. Pick up the books yourself and take that journey just like I've done.